we still have to live life. And as we start to live life, as we do that, a lot of us that are blind or visually impaired may find that assistive technology is not just a luxury, which it can be, but it's a necessity. And so for about, I don't know, 33 years now, I guess, I've been involved with assistive technology. Started way back with names of products that most of you guys probably wouldn't even recognize, Arctic Business Vision and some of those things. And it's come a very long way. And I have had the opportunity to, I don't know, I sent Sean a bio. He may have thought it was too long to post. I don't know where it went, but just as a little brief history of me is, as I started off in '87. I taught the Braille note, the predecessor to Braille note that was called Christal. I taught it at the School for the Blind for a summer in 1987. I went to college. That was at age 16. I went to college from '89 to '93. Spent about 11 years working for State VR as a VR counselor and an employment and technology specialist, which is basically just a consultant around technology and employment. And then I spent about 14 years working for the Freedom Scientific, which is now part of a company, the umbrella company called the Sparrow. And now I'm about a year and a half into working for Christal Vision. The Sparrow, Humanware, ZoomX, Orcam, those are all companies that make products for people who are blind or visually impaired. Christal Vision is a distributor of those products. So Christal Vision is a lot like, if you think of General Motors making Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac, and then as you are aware around in the DFW area, you have Chevrolet dealerships and Buick dealerships and Cadillac dealerships. Well, that's basically what Christal Vision is a dealership. Just clear that up. A lot of folks think that we make things, et cetera. We don't. Our goal is to bring them to market, bring them to you guys, and to be able to support you the best we can once they're in your hand. From about 11 years of seeing people through some means or another be able to get assistive technology, I saw a lot of folks get it and then it sit in the closet because they couldn't get support or they didn't know how to use it. And that is, to me, an incredible waste. So we both from when I started with Freedom Scientific back in the day, met with Ed Christal, and I asked Ed at that point, there were dealers in the state of Texas, and they were all selling stuff at the lowest possible price because they were all competing against each other. And I asked Ed Christal, I said, Ed, what would you do to have Texas to yourself? And jokingly, he said, well, just about anything as long as it's not illegal. And even if it's illegal and I thought I wouldn't get caught, I might give it a shot. He was absolutely joking. But what that did was set up an environment where Christal Vision now, which is about 10 employees strong, we don't always sell it at the least expensive price. But we do have plenty of people on staff that will do our very best to, if we need to come to your home, if we need to do things to help you over the phone or in a Zoom meeting like this, et cetera, we want to make sure that if you are able to, through your own hard work and savings, et cetera, or through the blessing of being able to receive funding from a third-party source, or through your employer, or at a college or university that you may be attending, if you're able to have assistive technology to utilize, we want to make sure that you at least have the basis of getting started on that. Just talking a little bit about some products that have kind of come around the corner for us in 2020, which is obviously came out quick, but have kind of been put on pause as far as an opportunity to get out and tell people about them. The first one is a product through Optelec, which is one of the Vespero companies. And Optelec, it's called the Optelec Compact 10, and that's with or without OCR, and OCR stands for optical character recognition. Optical character recognition is the way in which you can convert the printed word, text, into speech, into large print, or into Braille. Okay, and so on this Compact 10, you can, with a 10-inch screen and a 2-pound device, you can carry that around and be able to magnify text if you're low vision, if you have to deal with eye fatigue, or you just don't want to move it around enough to read an entire page, you can capture an entire page with it. I think it is the first home run product from any of the manufacturers for low vision people of this decade. It has what makes it a little unique over other units. You'll hear units out there that have a 6-inch or 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch screen. This one with a 10-inch screen, what makes it a little unique? One person says I'm tired of listening to him. This product has an arm that raises up and comes out over to the right side. It allows you to be able to put a full page of text under that arm because it's up 10 inches or so above the unit. Touch the button on the screen, which is a full touch screen device. It'll capture that entire page, read that page to you. It also gives you the ability to write on that page, which on all the other units, it can be a little tricky sometimes to manipulate the product to get it to where you can write, etc. So if you get a chance, or if you want to call and talk to me about it further, you certainly do that, but you can also YouTube it. But it's the Optelec Compact 10 with speech or with OCR. Another product that is that's pretty cool is a product. There's a company called ZoomX, and they have a product called the ACE Sight. And the ACE Sight is kind of where some things are going for some people in regards to, you get a video magnifier, or the old term for video magnifier is CCTV. But we've now in the industry tried to get people to change that to video magnifier, because if you look up CCTV on the web, you basically see a lot of closed captioning or a lot of security type video technology. So if we go to video magnifier, this one is these products, the ACE Sight, and there's the Patriot Viewpoint and several others that are wearable video magnifiers. Okay, and so with ACE Sight, it is unique in that all wearables that are out there are built around a pair of goggles or glasses that are virtual reality goggles. And then they have technology built into them so that you can then sit and read hands-free wearing a pair of goggles. Virtual reality is great if you're going to be sitting, and it has, depending on what company it is, et cetera, they can fine-tune that to be at various levels of beneficial. But with virtual reality goggles, you cannot get up and walk around. Okay, you need to be seated and looking at things. Now with the ACE Sight from ZoomX, they're using augmented reality goggles. And this is a pair of goggles that allows you to maintain your peripheral vision, etc. So you can, with a little practice, you can walk around, you're taking inventory in a store, in a warehouse, or doing things, etc. You can wear these goggles and still be able to wear them around and be able to zoom in on things, etc. So that's a really pair. Now that full pair of their top level pair with all the bells and whistles used to be $5,000. They just lowered the price on it to $4,295. But if you take away one little feature off of that and a few color combinations, a few of the false colors, that $4,300 unit now can be gotten in something called the ACE Sight S, I believe is what they're calling, ACE Sight S. And the ACE Sight S is $2,995. So from $5,000, as long as you don't have RP, because that one feature they take away is very beneficial to people with RP. If you don't have RP, you can go from $5,000 down to $2,995 if you can deal with the absence of that one feature. But they have just released their ACE Sight VR, which is using the virtual reality glasses, and it is now $2,495. And it is a really nice product in that it has lightweight. The heat is not a factor in some of the wearables after you wear them for a while. Probably one of the first wearables that came out back in a few years ago and started out at around $15,000. There's been some people be able to measure that product as you're wearing it, getting up to 110 degrees on your head, and it can potentially cause headaches or migraines, etc. So you want to find a pair of wearable video magnification products that you want to find a pair of these glasses that stay below body temp. 95 is about as hot as they should be getting and still be comfortable. So that's just a few products there. Lastly, the third product that I'll highlight today is, if you guys have heard of Orcam, they're an Israel-based company that has been manufacturing now for about a decade. In the last few years, a product called the Orcam My Eye. And you may have seen it on the Dr. Phil show and various other shows such as that. And it's a camera that attaches to the side of a pair of glasses. And if you aim your face in the correct direction, you can take a picture with it, do facial recognition, etc. And that product ranges up in around about the $4,000 to $4,500 price range, depending on what accessories you get. Thankfully, because of a lot of requests from you guys as customers and from us as distributors, they've just released a new product called the Orcam Read. And instead of it being a wearable, which I actually prefer, it's a handheld product. I actually connect it to I wear a kind of a heavy silver chain around my neck. I'm not sure camera-wise if you can see it, but it is a device that's about the length of a magic marker. It has 4 buttons on it. It's kind of a rectangular tube. And it's just a device, and I was sitting here, for any of you that I'm not sure who's able to see, but I just had this attached to a little lanyard that was attached to my chain around my neck, so I just pulled it out of my shirt, and it is a device now that they're gonna sell for $1,990. And some features that are pretty cool about it, as opposed to the one you even wear. For some people, the one you wear has a touch bar on it that's pretty sensitive, and that creates challenges. And for a person, if they were born blind or have lost their vision recently, sometimes learning how to face the print exactly can be a little difficult. It's certainly overcomable, but it can be a little difficult. With this device, it has some features that are really visually impaired oriented, meaning that a person who's visually impaired can read a certain paragraph or what have you. So my internet connection is unstable. Can you still hear me, Sean?
Yeah, I can hear you, Bobby.
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Okay. So it's a way that you can aim this device that I'm holding here in my hand, aim it at a section of text with a laser pointer and be able to read just that part. For us that are totally blind, I will take it, and I'm also holding a box of mac and cheese here that my daughter let me borrow, and I can put it up pretty close to it and then just back them apart about a foot and press a button. Let's see if it will read for me. Okay, so I read that. You can grab a book over here real quick. We'll open it up. It's mine. Again, contributed by my daughter Madison. So I'm gonna hold it up. I'm gonna take a picture of this page now, and I'm just pressing one click of a button. Nope. Because of kids, daughter doing schoolwork, and my wife is a teacher, so they're both actively involved in the other end. I thought I had plenty of light in here, but let's try this again.
Not all the page is in view. Please turn the device a bit downwards and try again.
Okay, there you go. So try this one more time here.
Not all the page is in view. Please turn the device a bit downwards and try again.
At least it gives me help, right?
What were you thinking? Alex asked as they walked to the car. For real, son, how did this happen? Khalil was talking about you. Lee said, no, that they were out of the office and all.
Okay, so with 4 buttons, being a power button, a volume up and down button, and what they call a trigger button, it's a device that I can carry around. We all can, and not have to wear it, etc., and certainly a lower price point. Obviously, we all know that there's apps you can get on your phone, etc. But those can be a little tricky sometimes, and you're trying to read and trying to deal with a touch screen and various things. So sometimes a designated product can make it much easier if you're trying to read a lot, or if you're reading often, etc. And the full page capability is a pretty big plus. All right, so those are the products that we'll wanted to kind of highlight today. We have the Compact 10 OCR, the ZoomX ACE-Sight VR, and the Orcam Read. Sean, I'm not sure you and I didn't discuss how long I have today or what have you, but I will just say that, through Christal Vision, we represent just about every assistive technology company out there, except for the one that Thomas mentioned earlier. We don't represent them, but we represent just basically everyone else. And so we have the full gamut. So when you represent Vispero, if you guys remember brand names such as Freedom Scientific, Enhanced Vision, Optelec, those are all under the Vispero umbrella. We represent all the HumanWare products, LVI America, just the list can go on and on. So basically everything. If there's anything that we can do, now you guys may have seen me post last month, in the month of March, we were offering to all end users, not to an entity or an organization, but to an end user, we were offering a 20% discount on all of our products. That expired the end of March. But I will tell you that if any of you are in a position or of interest of any of these products, if you reach out to me, then I will certainly be happy to go to Ed Christal and say, hey, we have somebody that did this Zoom meeting, etc., and I'd like to go to extend this 20% discount. So as a result of being on this call today and Sean allowing me to be on it, if you guys reach out to me, I'll do what I can to get you the 20% discount on any of the products that we sell. Now, depending on time, Sean, how you want to do it or whatever, if there's anyone out there that would like to if there's anyone that would like to present some challenges that they're having in this new norm that we're living in, this new situation at the moment, and say, what technology would you recommend? I have the extreme privilege of working for a company now where I have a full gamut of almost all the products in the assistive technology world that could potentially be a solution or a tool to help you with a certain challenge. So I don't know if you want to open it up, Sean, for one or two people, or how long you want to deal with that. But
yeah, we can definitely open up for questions.
Okay.
I do want to mention also, definitely some good news for us at the Lighthouse is back last year we signed a contract to become an assistive technology evaluation center, and basically what that means in short, as it regards the state, Texas Workforce Solutions, is we as customers of the Texas Workforce who go for a technology evaluation for a long time now, they've had to go to Houston, San Antonio, or Austin to see all of the blindness technology that's out there. And so with us becoming an evaluation center, all of North Texas can come to the Lighthouse for the Blind in Fort Worth and get an evaluation done. Now, even folks, teachers and really anybody else that just wants to see what's out there will be able to come as well. And so we last I checked, even though I'm not working from the Lighthouse now, we've received the technology, we've received the furniture. Now just got to set it up and get fully educated on everything, and a few more things. But hopefully, coming up here real soon in the fall, that will be a resource for everyone to come and see blindness technology.
Did you say you're no longer with the Lighthouse?
No, I said even though I'm not at the Lighthouse, like.
Oh, okay. That can be taken two different ways. So I'm just making sure.
Yeah. No, we're all working from home.
Yeah, we're still working from the Lighthouse. We're just working remotely.
Yeah.
Case in point, why we're doing what we're doing today.
I haven't been at the lighthouse since March 16th.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a huge asset. And along with, so if you have an opportunity to go to the Fort Worth Lighthouse, that's great to go and see all the things. Christal Vision and the Lighthouse partnered together to have a long list of products that are going to be there. In addition to going there and seeing things, et cetera. If you can't get there, or if you have done your research and you want something brought to you, then certainly between myself and my team, we at no cost and no obligation will certainly bring assistive technology to your home and set it up and demonstrate it and show you how to use it in that environment as well. So it's awesome that the Lighthouse now gives us an additional option for people to be able to see, a whole room full of technology, or through us, we can certainly bring it to you.
It's a very large room.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of how it's proceeded, how it's progressed over the past few months. And now, as John said, we have, we're getting all the technology in and the furniture, and once the current situation improves, we'll be able to progress even further.
All right. Well, just real quickly before anybody else has to go, before we get into question and answer. So again, my name is Bobby Lakey, and my email is Bobby, BOBBY, at Christal-Vision.com. And Christal is spelled like the word Christ with an AL on the end. Different ways to spell it, but it's Christal-Vision.com. And my phone number is 469-360-1143. And if there's any way that I can assist any of you guys or be on your team as far as trying to bring about a solution in your life, or how you face a challenge or overcome this thing that we call blindness or visual impairment, you certainly see me as one of your teammates.